The one thing that does piss me off about the whole thing, though, and like I'm not a big fan of Streamer University in general, like I said, just as a concept. But like, it really fucking pisses me off that like, so Valkyrae got announced as one of the professors, right? Specifically a professor in brand, expansion, like turning that brand into like products, into like business deals, and into like partnerships with like perfume companies or whatever the fuck, right? Retail, thank you for the gifted. Which she is massively qualified for, right? Massively qualified for. And the thing that fucking annoys me about this is that when she was announced as being like the person that was going to be doing this, a lot of people went, what the fuck does she have to teach? What the fuck kind of person, like, why are you bringing her in? She doesn't have anything that she could teach us. Not paying attention to the fact that she has been in the industry for over 10 years and has been one of the most successful, if not the most successful at parts in like the past 5 years, the top streamer, the top femme streamer. Like, what are we talking about? She absolutely has the qualifications for that. And because of that, her opening fucking lecture is like the first, I don't remember what she said, like how long it was, but like the first few slides of her presentation of her being like, this is why I'm qualified to be here. She should not have to do that. She shouldn't even have to say that shit. Why does she have to prove to other people that she's just like that she is qualified and she is justifiably in that position because of her experience to anybody in that room? She shouldn't have to do that. She straight up shouldn't have to fucking do that. And I can guarantee you, if Valkyrae was a man, nobody would have said shit. No one would have said a fucking thing. Because women are disproportionately held to a specific standard where they are only seen for their failures and never seen for their successes, whereas men are only seen for their successes and never seen for their failures. Which is why you have so many fucking streamer men out there that are pedophiles that still have fucking careers. Looking at you, Lakari. Anyway, it makes me angry that and like, I know that I'm blacklisting myself talking about shit like this, but like, it genuinely makes me angry that I can confidently say that if I was to apply for Streamer University, if I was to be allowed in and they found out I was trans, I would have been removed. I can guarantee that. And if anybody was to apply, and like, this is just from past behaviors, right? If somebody is in Streamer University and they are trans and they're just flying under the fucking radar because they just want to fly under the radar and they don't want to have anybody be like, oh, you know, making a thing about it, right? Because they want to hide that shit because they don't want to be fucking lambasted for just existing, right? Great. I'm glad that they were able to get in that shit. I'm glad, right? But I like, if I was in it, I would stealth the fuck out of the whole thing. I would. Until enough time had been established where like, because the whole idea of Streamer University is it's this massive collaborative thing, right? Which I can very much like recognize the good that can do. And I'm not going to fucking be like, this is a dumb idea. It is a good idea. I think it's handled terribly. I think that the production of the whole thing is fucking ass, mostly because of, well, just the previous year, and judging off of that shit, like, I don't expect anything to change, but like, maybe I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, cool. But I genuinely detest the idea, because what it feels like is a massive circle jerk of the friends of friends going to a place to make the most obnoxious fucking content that is that could be physically possibly made. With zero regard to personal safety to anybody on that campus. I can guarantee you that if somebody got into a fist fight and shit was to get fucking violent, there are not the parameters that are required in like a system like that, like you would expect in a college, right, to take care of that shit. Because they're fucking streamers. Because streamers don't think about that shit. Streamers are so fucking content brained that they don't think about the fact that they would need to have a fucking person there to make sure that everybody's being safe. Right? I mean, for the same reason, and again, Ludwig, he's got to learn from the shit that he's done, right? But like the Mario Kart shit, right? Why in the fuck are you, as the producer of the fucking event, engaging in the event itself? Your responsibility whenever you run an event like that is ensuring the safety of every single fucking person that's a part of that event. And if anybody feels even remotely unsafe in that environment, you are not doing your job as a producer for that production. And you shouldn't be running those things. Period. End of story. And one of the reasons why I wouldn't ever want to go to somewhere like Streamer University is because the moment that I stepped foot on that campus, I would feel unsafe. Because I don't fucking trust these people, man. Because history has shown that they can't be trusted. And that's just streamers in general. Streamers derogatory. Like, now, there are some out there that do their due diligence to ensure that, like, the events are safe. Great example, iDubbbz, Anissa, right? Say what you will about Creative Clash and the issues that it had in the last time it came around. But, like, that was a very, very, very well done event. Safety was considered from the get-go. It was taken seriously. And if there were any complications along the way, the fight was off. Right? So I don't know. That's my 2 cents. I'd be curious to know what other streamer friends think. Shy, it's good to see you though, dude. If you gotta go to bed, go to bed. But I appreciate ya. Not trusting anyone who's still friends with Asmongold. You know, one of the other annoying things about streaming in general is that Asmongold is a coworker, technically speaking. And in workplace environments, you have to tolerate the fucking dickheads in the room. Which I am incapable of doing. I have to get you a bucket to wear IRL now. Why are you trying to turn me into Sandcastle Malphite, dude? Been watching for about 40 minutes. This has been really enjoyable. Thank you. I was recently diagnosed with alopecia, and this is my doctor prescribed. I have no idea what the heck you're saying. But hey, Big, if that's true, I'm sorry. That fucking sucks. It's your calling? What, to become rock solid? Speaking of, he had a woman over on stream recently, and it was said on the stream that his toilet was unusable because of the stains. Does that motherfucker never... Why am I even asking that question? Of course he doesn't clean his toilet. Of course he doesn't clean his toilet. Imagine having never cleaned a toilet to the degree in which that when you shit, or when you open the fucking lid, there is a coagulated Mount Rushmore of shit in the toilet coming off of the fucking toilet bowl wall. Oh, brother. Did you see the streamers role-playing as cops on campus? I'm sorry, what? No. Dude, what the This is why I think that, like, maybe I am just beyond that, like, bracket of streaming. Maybe I've got... Am I Northern Lion? Like, not Northernlion literally, because that guy's the GOAT. But am I like in that same threshold of like, I'm not like, am I old? Am I an old streamer? Do like if I was to get, if I like, I don't think I could ever explode in popularity because I'm not young and cool and hip and whatever, right? I'm anti-status now, right? Even though I don't look like I'm 35 or whatever the fuck. Too bad we already know that that none decided to take the cop role seriously because since no one ended up in the hospital, I don't think we want them to take it seriously. Welcome back to being unbanned. You're 35? Yeah. Well, 34. I'm rounding up. Camera light hides the line. Yep. All these wrinkles, dude. They're gone. They're gone from the light. Like, what? Fucking what? The laugh lines? What, this? It doesn't hide them at all. You can see them when I'm fucking yapping. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Mods, put Lycan in space. No air suit. What is this?
Why are you Silky smoking? Don't worry, we got UAV. We about to check that out right now.
Yo, spread out, spread out, spread out, spread out.
What? Dude, that is the quickest way. Oh my god, dude. Look, I know that this is a bit. I know this is a bit. Because it is shot from the perspective of the viewer, so we know it's a bit before it happens. If any of these people didn't know that this was a bit, this could genuinely cause actual fucking trauma. Especially considering that you have fucking Gestapo running around the fucking US deporting and shooting people in the fucking face. This is the most this is genuinely one of the most insane things that you could do. Like, I don't know maybe I'm just fucking old. Maybe I just don't find this shit funny. I need to know for me. Like, no shame to you if you think it's funny. No shame to you at all. I need to know if I'm fucking disillusioned here. Is this insane to do? Am I out of touch? Am I looking at it too closely? Am I being too serious about it? Am I being stupid? Like, Shy, am I being dumb? A streamer to streamer. Me to you. Am I being dumb? Is this gross? Is this weird? I don't understand. I don't understand this. I genuinely do not understand this. Dude, no. Absolutely not. Dude, absolutely the fuck not. This right here is a lawsuit waiting to happen. If this kid broke his fucking arm or any part of his body, Kai would be held liable because this motherfucker was too dumb to realize that what he just did could have seriously caused harm to somebody else. And if he did, it would have been like, oh, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, my bad. What the fuck are we doing? Why are we now in a state, in a circumstance, in an environment where this kind of fucking behavior is celebrated, dude? And like all the younger people would be like, Ren, it's not that serious. Ren, it's not that big of a deal. Yes, it fucking is. Because do you know how easy it is to get a fucking concussion? Do you know how easy it is to fucking die from hitting the back of your head on fucking concrete? And you have this dickhead running around as a fucking cop, tackling people down to the ground? In the middle of a fucking... Oh my God. In the middle of a government-backed Gestapo state where you have ICE running around the country shooting people in the fucking face. And your first thought is, I'm gonna dress up as a cop and assault people on get. This is assault. This is straight up assault. Why is this normalized? Why is this okay? I truly do not understand this. What is the this isn't funny. This is harmful. This is actually harmful. Oh my God. I don't mean harmful in the sense that like people are, you can do harm with this. This behavior is unhinged. This behavior is fucking, oh dude, I can tell you this right now. If somebody tried to do this to me at Streamer University, I would have fucking immediately decked them. Like, I would immediately have just punched them square in the face. It is a massive violation of the autonomy of the individual, of the person to exist in the way that they wish to exist on the campus, safe from assault like this. Like you're literally just abusing people and their boundaries is what you're doing. You're shitting all over their boundaries and you're abusing them for the sake of content. What would have happened if he like had a vape in his mouth and when he fell he shattered his teeth? Huh? What about that? Did you have any sort of fucking forethought in any of your actions before you did what you did? No, of course you didn't. Because you're a fucking dumbass. Because you're a young dumbass who doesn't fucking think 2 steps ahead of anything. Or a glass pipe. Like, this is actually insane. And I, like, truly, I hope Kai Cenat looks at this and sees it for what it is and removes this motherfucker and every single other person that's doing this shit from the fucking campus. Because it's not funny. In no way is this funny. I cannot. I'm not even done with the fucking clip, man.
Get down on the ground. Get him down. Get him down. Don't move.
Not that it would be any better. Not that it would be any better if the person was white. But to do this to a black person, to me, is like the number of times that I have heard people of color say that when they get pulled over, they immediately start to fear for their life because cops disproportionately murder black people for the lulz of it. To blindside tackle someone to the ground in the middle of a fucking unprecedented series of events in the United States, where again, the Gestapo are running around shooting people in the face indiscriminately, And well, like, and basically, and targeted. They're fucking and targeted. So, you know, targeting people of color, right? When you add all of that on, this is genuinely one of the most fucking evil things that you could do to someone. In these circumstances, at StreamerU. Like, this is one of the most evil things you could do. Because I can guarantee you, for a small fraction of a second, this dude was terrified for his life. Like, and it is insane to me that, like, none of this even crosses the mind of anybody that's doing... Like, yes, after the fact, oh, it was a joke, it was just a silly goof, sure. That doesn't change the fact that you made them feel really fucking shit and made them afraid for their life for any amount of time. That is not okay. That is not acceptable. The more you normalize behavior like this, the worse and worse it's going to get, and the more and more people are going to go further down the fucking pipeline of realism until eventually somebody shoots a gun through 18 phone books and accidentally kills their fucking partner because they gotta do it for the content. I just think the problem is that we're just too woke and we can't see the amazing content that this is. Oh, definitely. I genuinely, and look, if the guy's fine with it, if the guy's okay with it, whatever, right? That's his prerogative. That's his thing that he's gonna fucking that's his statement, right? I'm saying from my lens, basic empathy to me says I feel fucking terrified for this guy and I feel bad for him. Because when you go to an event like this, you shouldn't be afraid for your fucking life for even an iota of a second. And if it was me running this school, every single motherfucker that was dressing up in these uniforms and doing this shit would immediately be removed. Because they are a liability to everyone on that campus. They are a danger to everyone on that campus. Because again, I just want to point this out. If this dude had been tackled and moved further back to the point where he was on concrete and his head hit, the back of his head hit the concrete, he could have died. He could have died. And like, some of the fucking counter argument there and the logic that would be sent my way would be like, oh, well, are you never going to get into a car because the car could be dangerous? That is a different thing. That is a measure of risk assessment that you take when you decide to get a license. And you do everything in your power and care to make sure you don't harm anyone. This is actively engaging in harming someone. This is like if you were to drive your car on the highway and you were to basically cut people off for fun. That's what this is. Sure, it's not as lethal as cutting somebody off in your car, but the core of the behavior is exactly the fucking same. It is disgusting to do. I genuinely like this. This is why I said I like Streamer University as a concept. I fucking hate what it is. I hate what it is. There's so many clips of them doing raids or arresting. Am I out of touch? Am I being too serious here? Am I being the fucking buzzkill, the Betty Buzzkill over in the corner? Am I the one that is like it? Am I just old? Is that all this is? Am I just old? Hold on, I gotta fix my mic. All right, am I back? Yeah, cool. Dude, I can't. They called it a takedown, so it's fine. My bad. What, the raids? Like, I don't see any of the comedy in this.
Don't move. I need cuffs. I need silky smooth.
They're cuffing people? Every single one of the motherfuckers doing this needs to be removed from the campus. Every single fucking one. Everything that they're doing, Trinity, is gross. Yes. Everything that they're doing. I cannot believe that this is normalized behavior. In fact, Denied, could you do me a favor and could you highlight the entire discussion of this clip? Because I want to put this on fucking YouTube. This is actually insane. This is genuinely insane behavior. And I don't care if I'm the fucking Betty Buzzkill. I don't care if I'm the problem in the mix of this. I don't care if I'm the one killing the fun. This is fucking vile behavior. There's a whole RP police station. See, here's the thing. Are the people that are at this campus, do they know that this police station exists? Do they know that it's a thing? Are they aware that that's a thing that exists on campus? Because there are so many things that kind of like lead up to this whole fucking, like, to this being a thing. Like, that where it could be okay. Where it's like at the beginning, during like opening ceremonies, Kai's like, guys, just as a little heads up, there is a police force on campus, and if you are caught doing anything, that they think is wrong, they're gonna get your ass, right? Like, they're like the mods of Streamer University. If there's something like that, sure. Because people would have to consent to this behavior being done to them, right? They would have to be able to consent to it. If that has not happened, this is a violation of people's consent, and you're an asshole. You're just a fucking asshole. And I'm so annoyed that, like, I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be angry. But I think that it is wild that a person of color running this event is would allow, let alone support, the existence of a police force on campus to target people. When all of the shit that's happening in the US is happening, in addition to the disproportionate fucking abuse that specifically other people of color get from the police, I cannot fathom the fucking series of thoughts that went into this. And, like, the only conclusion that I can come to is that there were no thoughts. That there was no forethought. There was no thought at all. It was just, lol, this would be funny. I paid to be here, and that was not part of the deal. The liability is insane. The liability is actually fucking absurd. But again, we don't know the actual full scenario here. Maybe they said that, hey, these cops are going to be on campus and you might get tackled, right? You might like, they might get a little bit handsy, right? What's to stop them from doing this to, like, I don't know. Like, my brain immediately goes to nightmare scenarios, right? Like, if they're given this measure of power, right, and they're allowed to just do whatever the fuck they want, what happens when they, like, I don't know, tackle a woman to the ground and start arresting her and she says stop? Are they going to keep going? That's where my brain goes. Because they just started to fucking arrest the guy. They acted as if they had complete fucking authority to do whatever the fuck they wanted, and they could operate with impunity. What happens when they tackle a woman to the ground and she's like, stop, I don't like this, stop? And again, what if someone who isn't in the know sees that? Yeah. Yes. Because I can tell you this right now. If it was me in that scenario and I saw someone like... oh my God, man. My first instinct would be to get directly involved. It is so unbelievably tone deaf to me. I don't understand. Imagine if this was a state with stand your ground laws. Yeah. Imagine, hey. Or if they tackle someone who has seizures or any number of physical issues. Yeah, what happens if they tackle somebody and they have a bad back? And in that tackle, they put that person in the fucking hospital. Right? Or they pinch a fucking nerve in this person's spine and they can't move for the next 5 days. Like, I don't... Regardless of all of this, if you're going to do this on your campus, there needs to be a waiver to sign away, just like how you would with a haunted house where they're allowed to touch you. You would need to sign a waiver for this. To be like, I consent to these people being, I consent to being touched by these potential law enforcement that you have on campus. Because the crazy part about this is, this dude right here could sue the fuck out of Kai. And they would have legal ground. Would it actually merit anything? Couldn't say because I'm not a legal expert. But if there was no fucking consent form that allows this type of shit, he could sue. He could. Like, he was assaulted. He was straight up assaulted. And these people aren't cops, so they're not protected by the law. He was just assaulted by somebody else and detained by somebody else. By someone who's impersonating a cop. The average campus security can't do shit like that? No. No, they can't. My oldest has heads that she could dislocate multiple joints. Again, like I genuinely am terrified for any femme person at this fucking event. Because what this feels like to me, and I would love to know other streamers' perspectives on this, like Shy, if you're still here. This feels like Boys Club, the campus. And I am terrified for every woman that is on this fucking campus. Sorry, I revealed the stream. I saw the insane clip over the timeline. I just share. No, don't ever apologize, Shy. Don't ever apologize. I want to be so clear. I love having these conversations. It's important to have these conversations. And it's not a bad thing when I'm getting a little bit riled up about this shit. I get riled up because I care. I get riled up because the reason why I'm so upset and the reason why I get so fucking, like, intense and riled up about this shit, I'm thinking about the benefit, like, what's the word? I'm thinking for the benefit of the people that are on the receiving end of this behavior. My anger and my frustration stems from a point of who's protecting the people that are on the receiving end of this shit. Because the way it looks from that, no one. Now, again, to be fair, we don't know the entire story. We don't know everything. But, it's pretty fucking safe to say that there was no consent release form for this type of behavior. Because if this is a streamer doing this on campus, there's no way for Kai to know that was going to happen. Can't the person who's impersonating the cop also get in more trouble for impersonating a cop, as impersonating a cop or military person is illegal as well? I think so. I don't know. Yeah, Shy, don't apologize for that. Do not apologize. I literally had asked about Streamer University earlier today, if anything interesting had happened. But to the point that I was trying to get at earlier, the thing that like really grated, the thing that really grated me was the fact that Valkyrae had to prove that she was okay to be a I'm sorry, what? Did you see the camera op of... No, I did not. Do you have the clip?
Yeah, let's. We need to be mindful of upskirts.
You need to move. You gotta move to the back.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, you can't see. My bad. Dude, fuck this shit, man. I feel so fucking bad for Ray, man. Ray is such a beautiful human being with like it's moments like these where I hate being autistic. Because I have a insane like justice complex. And there is a part of me that just wants to fly out and just beat the fuck out of every single motherfucker pulling this type of shit. Because it's very obvious that they've never been punched or had a consequence a day in their fucking life. And how dare you make someone feel uncomfortable in that kind of a situation in front of potentially 30 or 40 cameras when they are there to teach you how to be better in the industry. Like, none of these motherfuckers are actually going there with the idea of, I'm going to learn something so I can be better at what I do. They're going there to content farm, to clip farm. Fuck, I would pay money to get a fucking one-on-one seminar with Ray. Are you kidding me? I would be fucking elated to be in a room with her and have her give me her knowledge. Are you fucking serious? And your perspective is, I'm gonna get a fucking nice upskirt shot. Fuck off, dude. Get kicked in the head by a donkey. It is fucking insane to me. You are given the opportunity, and maybe this is where Kai's coming from. Maybe this is where Kai's coming from in all this. He wants people to be given the opportunity to have like all the resources that they can to succeed, right? And if that's the goal, awesome. That's incredible, and I love that. That's a great fucking thing. Because what it does is it removes nepotism to a degree, if it's provided the people that go to Streamer University are so not handpicked based off of who knows who, but like it allows for people the opportunity to actually fucking succeed outside of the nepotism sphere. But what it is a boys' club where they abuse women. Or they just abuse people in general. Like, this is actually fucking insane. And yep, all for the content, man. All for the fucking content. I am... oh my god. Like I said, I hate that I am as autistic as I am in this way, because I have this very, like, yeah, part of my body that gets really riled up when people are done dirty by other people. And I know for a fact that if I was on that campus, if I was in that room, I would have fucking laid that guy out. Verbally. For even trying to do that kind of shit. Because the reason why that behavior is allowed to persist is because nobody ever receives a consequence. So people just do whatever the fuck they want, regardless of who it hurts. Because, lol, it's the content. What, you don't like it? What, you don't think it's funny? Well, you just hate content. You hate good content. It's infuriating. It's infuriating. And it makes me feel crazy. It makes me feel genuinely crazy that I'm over here sitting like, basically saying the things I'm saying, and I know for a fact that if I was in that position and if I did say something, the chat of every single fucking person in that room likely would be, why is this buzzkill fucking harshing the vibe, dude? Like, why is this person fucking making this such a bad experience? Like, get this person out of here. They're not fun. They're killing the mood. And what I've kind of realized is that streaming, specifically in this scenario, is just frat boy culture. It's just frat culture. And that's why I fucking hate it. That's why I would never want to go. Because it's just frat boy shit. Fuck me, man. You know what? You know what Twitch actually deserves? You know what the Twitch community actually deserves? An event where the people actually give a fuck about the people that are a part of the event. That's what it deserves. It deserves more of that. It deserves more kindness and care when cultivating an environment for whatever the fucking event may be. It deserves people on the team that are able to be there when other people need help and they get the help that they deserve, right? Like, truly, one of the best parts about Streamer University this time around is that Puzzles is the librarian, right? And she exists as a place for people to come to talk to. Now, here's my question. Is Puzzles a licensed psychologist? Is Puzzles someone who is even remotely qualified to handle that kind of shit? Because if she's not, why in the fuck did you put her in that position? Because what happens if somebody gets raped at Streamer U and they go to I Love Puzzles, right? They go to Puzzles and they say, hey, I was raped at Streamer U. Does she take it to Kai? And does Kai take it to the police? Like, this is the kind of shit that you need to fucking think about. You need to protect people from the worst potential occurrence. She's talked about her own mental health struggles too. Like, is she even equipped to fucking handle other people's burdens? Or is she going to crack under the pressure of other people? Or is she going to be turned into fucking content? Do you know genuinely one of the things that really fucking scares me about about puzzles being in a situation like that, and just in general with puzzles being on the internet, is people using her for content. Is people abusing her for content because she is older, because she is a bit naive when it pertains to the internet. She admits so. I'm not making this up as oh, she's old, therefore she's naive. She has admitted to being naive about things on the internet. I genuinely fear for her in some ways, existing just in Twitch, but even more so in ways being at StreamerU, because there are gonna be people that go to her to try and fucking farm content from her. Like, who's to say that someone might not just make up a fucking story about how they were assaulted, and then they go and tell Puzzles, and then Puzzles fucking is who she is, this super empathetic, lovely, kind, expressive human being that will then cry and lament with this person and share in that person's pain so that they feel less alone, so that they can feel like they have, some semblance of somebody being on their side, right? And then that gets turned into content because it was just faked anyway. Look at this idiot crying for this fake story. That's the kind of shit that, like, maybe it's because I'm older. Maybe it's because I've been in productions with people that go the extra mile, and I know what should be expected. And the fact that there are so many fucking events that don't do the bare fucking minimum, gang, and I mean the bare minimum. And Shy, as someone who has said that they've been in productions before, you would also know of these specific things that need to be met, and how, like, there's certain bars that just, you don't fucking shy away, like, you don't fucking shy away from. You have to meet them. Because if you don't, well, someone could get really fucking hurt. But because these streamers don't fucking understand that side of things, because people are so fucking content brained, they don't think about the consequences of their actions, they don't go the further fucking distance, and don't think 10 steps ahead, and they don't look at the people that they're a part of their shit, and they go, I'm gonna do what I can to protect you. I am inviting you to be a part of my thing. Right? In the same way that if I was to do a fucking collaborative thing and I was to bring someone into that thing that I was doing, right? I was to invite Christian to something. Do you know who I'm not gonna fucking invite to that thing? Asmongold. Why? Because Asmongold is a direct danger to anybody who lives the queer experience. Because that motherfucker would make everybody feel uncomfortable. So you don't invite people like that. You provide the avenue for people to feel safe in every way, shape, and form. You don't invite people that have a problematic past with calling gay people, trans people fucking slurs. You don't allow those people into those spaces. Do you want to know why the fucking gay community on Twitch is so fucking tight? Like, it's so fucking insular? Because so many people on this platform are allowed to perpetuate vile rhetorics that if they were invited to be a part of the thing, the gay person would very likely just bail. Because I don't want to even be remotely close to or in a room or even adjacent to someone that is like that. And it's... They think they can get away with things because they aren't traditional productions, which is so delusional. Because the crazier part still is that Twitch has solidified itself as one of the best live stream content platforms. And if you're going to do a production of that on that fucking platform, it needs to be to a standard where people that are engaging with the thing are safe and they have the appropriate tools to disengage if it becomes too much. Because what they're doing, essentially, is, hey, let's host Survivor. But there's zero fucking medical team. So, or let's do a show like Alone, but there's no medical. So if somebody gets Giardia, they just die. Oh, content! Wow, good content! Cool. Sure. Dude, I can't. I fucking can't with this shit, man. I fucking can't. And again, the reason why I get so fucking angry about this is it's the blatant disregard for other people and the safety of them. It's a blatant disregard for other people and their consent. Josh, how you doing? Also, Jaral, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. And Abdar, thank you for the gifted. Clip farmers would go nuts when someone just died on stream? Yes. IRL streams were a mistake? Yes. Also, hi, dude. This isn't just an IRL stream thing, though, dude. This is a production thing. Streamer University is already super fucked. It's already fucked. I don't know if you know, dude. Just to give you a little bit of insight, there's already people running around campus dressed as police officers and detaining people. And then there was another dude who tried to get an upskirt shot of fucking Valkyrie. Oh, and they're not just fucking tackling them to the ground, they are handcuffing them. What's Streamer University? An event being held by Kai Cenat. Generally a mistake. That's illegal, by the way. I know it's illegal. But they're doing it. And Kai Cenat should really fucking remove them and get their asses fucking sent to fucking literally any type of fucking educational facility so they know never to fucking do that. It's impersonation of an officer and kidnapping? Yep. It is so insane to me. This is why also, like, it is the perspective of every 30-year-old that anybody under the age of like 27 is a child and they're an idiot. Because I can guarantee most of the people at Streamer U that are in that fucking clip, they're under 25. And they're all fucking idiots. Because they are. Like, they just fucking are. Like, they have zero fucking regard for the consequences of anything that they do. I am... Bro, are you brain dead? The bar is literally in fucking hell for men. And I always keep coming back to this fucking idea that violence against women is genuinely one of the best things that men can fucking push for themselves. It is a completely self-serving thing. Because the thing is if men are held to the standard that they're always going to be violent towards women, the only thing a man needs to do to be good is not be violent to women. Anything else is on the table. But as long as the man doesn't beat the fuck out of her, he's a good man. The bar is literally in fucking hell. Don't go around women, they scare me. Oh, fuck, I needed that. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, Josh, you're gonna fit in. You're great, dude. I saw a clip recently of Kai blowing up on people and like full sending someone's backpack down a sewage drain like he's crazy, and he cultivated an audience of unhinged, wildly dangerous people as well. Did he cultivate that, or did the environment make Kai Cenat? But okay, so here's the crazy part, right? Here's the thing that I think is absolutely insane. If Speed was to hold Streamer U, do you think we would see any of this type of behavior? Because I would bet money, no the fuck you wouldn't. Why? Because Speed fucking cares about other people.